You know, one of my most hated expressions is when people tell me to wake up.
America, wake up.
Wake up, America.
Wake up, America!
People better wake up.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
You fucking wake up. I'm not asleep. I woke up this morning with blood pouring through my veins and morning wood like a coastal redwood. I'm wide awake and I see the world just fine. I just may not see it through the same lens as you do. There's a lot of misinformation going around right now about what's really happening with the coronavirus and this worldwide lockdown.
5G is secretly being installed as a weapon. 5G is what's causing the outbreak. There is no corona.
Democrats and left-wing media are intentionally destroying the economy so that Trump won't get reelected.
War with China is coming, and this is to weaken us.
This is all an elaborate plan to steal your civil liberties.
It's biowarfare that accidentally got out.
This is of biblical proportions, and the end of days is near.
And honestly, that's just a portion of what I've been told recently. But look, the reality is, everyone's got an agenda. And people are going to exploit the situation right now to further their own. Politicians are going to use this time to strike deals and push bills through. Real estate investors are going to take advantage of sellers with, "I'll do you a favor and take this off your hands" offers. Publications are going to do everything possible to drive traffic to their websites and earn ad revenue with clickbait headlines. Democrats are going to blame Trump. Trump's going to hate on the media. Wireless companies are going to install 5G. The Bible is going to continue to be open to interpretation. A relationship between these things and the pandemic are real. However, one isn't necessarily directly responsible for the other. You probably remember learning in 8th grade science class that causation isn't the same as correlation. Our minds create patterns, even when they don't exist, in order to make sense of the world. Everything was meant to be. Things work out for a reason. That's where those types of superstitions come from, and also where conspiracies come from. It's easy and natural to look at two things happening at the same time and say, "See? Wake up, everyone!" Remember, though, that time is something we all share together. Unrelated things happening on the same timeline is inevitable. Now look, don't get me wrong. I believe in conspiracies just like you. Conspiracies, by definition, are real. No doubt about that. In fact, we all conspire. It's just that most of us aren't very good at it. Read Ryan Holiday's book, Conspiracy, Peter Thiel, Hulk Hogan, Gawker, and the Anatomy of Intrigue for a real-life account of conspiracies in action. It's an amazing story. But this video isn't about conspiracies, or the coronavirus, or politics. This video is about how we speak to each other, and how so often we attempt to share our points of view from a pedestal, looking down at the common man who we once stood with before we woke up. Look, I have no issue with you knowing or believing things that I don't, but I do take issue with you thinking that I need to wake up just because I think otherwise. I'm not asleep. My head's not in the sand. I didn't choose the blue pill. I'm not an idiot, and talking to me like I am one isn't doing either of us any good. One of the biggest rules of negotiation is to start by finding common ground. If you want to negotiate your point of view, don't talk down to the people you're trying to sell to. If you called Dwight Schrute and asked to buy 50-pound cardstock paper, and he told you, "Wake up,
Stop acting like an idiot."
80-pound is the answer. Anyone who thinks otherwise is fooling themselves and has their head in the sand. Are you going to place an order? Or are you going to hang up, go to Staples, and buy 50-pound paper? Michael Scott once said,
"There is nothing more insulting to a great salesman than having to listen to a bad salesman. It's like a great basketball player having to listen to a bad basketball player."
And you know what? He's right. You're not going to change anyone's mind by talking down to them. That's just you being a bad salesman. So why don't you just assume that I'm already woke and start the conversation from there? Because if you genuinely believe that we're all asleep, then nobody's listening anyway. And yelling at me is the worst way to wake me up.